$800,000. All of that money went to a scammer.
All that money went to a scammer. Shit bad. All that shit went to a scammer.
How many times a week would you say you punch a nail?
7 times a week, every day.
Oh my god.
Just
is that
like
your fork or
every
is that
day.
the chicken?
12 people are facing more than 100 charges in a major credit fraud scheme.
University student accused of stealing more than $500,000 in a credit card scam.
It's shocking video of thugs chasing a mail carrier. Why? It's believed they wanted the master key he carries that opens mailboxes for the entire neighborhood.
25 investigates exposing a check scam that can wipe out your bank account.
We're talking about scammers who can clone any of our voices using artificial intelligence.
We are talking about $100,000 in forged checks.
Whether it's a scam call center from India, a billionaire's Ponzi scheme, a guy pretending to be a Nigerian prince, or a U.S. senator out trading hedge funds while employed on the taxpayer dime, the truth is people hate getting scammed. After all, there are entire YouTube channels dedicated to getting revenge on scammers. Scammers are that leverage social engineering, also known as human hacking, to steal, manipulate, and exploit. They'll make their approach, get you to trust them, then before you know it, they'll disappear into thin air after they've extracted your bank account, social security, or other valuable information. Today, we dive into the world of fraud and scamming, and we uncover how some of the scams are happening right now. We'll cover the biggest scam that's ever occurred in U.S. history, and we'll talk to the scammers to see how they think and what motivates them. And by the end of this, we'll provide you with tips on how you can avoid getting scammed yourself. This is the world of scammers. Let's dive in.
There are people out there looking to exploit your data for their own gain. With scammers like this out there lurking, it's a good idea to protect yourself. To guard against shenanigans like this, I use the sponsor of today's video, Delete Me, to help keep
Nah, don't delete them. Delete me.
Then returning them for the original price while pocketing the difference in account of her own.
In fact, there are multiple RICO cases going on for fraud right now. A big scam that was pulled was the food share program. People pretended to be feeding the homeless and walked away with millions of dollars, and now they're getting RICO'd for that. A scammer is kind of like an illegal magician. They're pulling things out of thin air. There's illusion, deception.
Like an illegal magician.
Or realize what they did, they're gone with the bag. Let's meet up with these guys and let's see what they're about.
That shit is. Oh shit.
Yo, my boy.
Is that you?
Yeah, this me right here.
I'm in that rental car, that white car.
Alright, bet I'm gonna walk over there.
Okay, okay, door's unlocked.
Yo, what's up, bro? I say, I just know how to exploit ways to get money. Simple.
What are the different plays we're gonna be getting into today?
We got punching, simple things. We go from getting food.
Damn.
We can go from
They
gas,
punching
we
shit.
go from checks, we go from transfer, scam work. It's all different type of ways you can get into it.
So what got you into this world?
Alright, so look, it started when I was younger. It was this rap.
It always start when you were younger,
when
man.
I was young, real young. I always just listened to music and wondered what the f is this dude doing. I started getting into it, digging in, and it started with cars. Listen to the music, talk a lot about cars, check trips. And talking about that, I kind of picked up with the things. And over time, I just got smarter and smarter and figured everything out.
So what was the first play you ever made?
It was on Telegram. It was this African dude I met. And was talking for a long time, and he told me something called, it's a certain type of check that you can order off a log here. Ship the check to a drop. I picked it up, put it in an ATM.
He got the whole,
My first ever play. And ever since then, I've just been on it.
Has this ever put you in a risky situation?
Plenty of time. Pretty much scamming down here is pretty popular. I mean, in the city, everybody knows what's going on now, so if you find somebody that wants to do it, they know what they're signing up for. They know what's going on.
Are there rich scammers out there?
You can really get rich off scamming. That's real. It's pretty common.
6-figure rich?
7-figure rich. That's real.
Rather than
Seven
judging these
figure
kids,
rich
I
is
wanted to
crazy.
try and put myself in their shoes. Now, I know I'm overgeneralizing here, but here's a theory I'm working with. A lot of these kid scammers are from Gen Z, and this is the generation that saw their parents lose their house in the '08 mortgage crisis as the bank executives responsible got rewarded by multi-million-dollar bonuses, and the banks that fundamentally scammed the country got bailed out by the tax money of the very people they scammed. So essentially, these kids witnessed a financial system that openly didn't give a shit about them or their parents, so heck, why not pull a scam of their own? It kind of explains the sense of nihilism that we've seen creeping into this Gen Z generation, whether you talk about scammers, the Kia boys, or just an overall sense of I don't give a because it seems like the world around them is crumbling. Now, from a cultural standpoint, we've seen the rise of scam rappers, guys like Baby Tron, TJX6, and Punch Made Dev, and these are guys who look effortlessly cool, ridiculously rich, and they seem to be easily getting away with scams on major banks and institutions. So yes, it's easy to point the fingers at the scammers you see
For
here.
real.
Yes, they have a moral responsibility of what they are doing, but are they not just an underworld byproduct of a system that white-collar scammers created? I don't know. That's just a theory I'm working with.
Do you save much of your money?
I'm not scamming long term to be scammed out for the rest of my life. This shit's all like with anything you do, any hustle. All that shit just quick until you move on to your next, you feel me, next steps.
Have you ever been almost caught by law enforcement? I'm gonna take it as a yes.
No. College
Let me think yes.
Think about it, but nah, never.
How much is an
Everybody
IP
over
address
there,
come
what's
to
up,
play with
Giggy?
what you do?
Real rap, let them know, let them know.
That's like your address. I'm gonna know. Like you feel me? That's like your internet address. So.
For most of the
Let
things
them
you do you have to obscure your IP address?
Let them know, Gingy.
Is that difficult to do?
Nah, average person could do it, I'd say.
So it doesn't affect the human at all? You
Hey, you in the vid right now. You in the vid right now too, man. You in the vid right now too, gang.
Type of scams. Some people do insurance. Some people do home scams. You know, it's all different types of scams. I look at it as I'm not taking money from a human. You know what I mean? And I don't think I'm that guy for.
Yeah, this for my Twitch live channel on YouTube. I made a Twitch live channel as well. That's not my main.
How much money are we talking right there?
17K. Damn.
What you're about to see is called punching chicken. Now, punching is lingo in the scam world that refers to the practice of using the dark web to get somebody else's credit card information and doing an online order to punch the item. You can punch chicken, pizza, presumably anything you can buy online.
Oh, I'm trying
Here's
to.
how it
Yo, somebody
works out.
punch me, son.
This is the website that I would buy the cards from to do the punching. Ready to buy cards.
A fake credit card.
A real credit card, but it's just not ours.
And how much money does it have?
Damn.
It depends. I wouldn't necessarily say I know the exact amount. Certain banks, they give you the
Yeah, these niggas really are.
check how much. But I would just be buying a card based off of the knowledge that I already know. There's something called a BIN. A BIN is a bank identification number. Now, depending on what BINs you have, you might got a card that has thousands on it. You might get a card that has millions on it. There's no telling them.
It's luck of the draw.
Basically, yep.
So these are cards that
Damn.
someone physically stole,
Boy,
like at the
yeah,
gas station.
baggy,
They go,
bro,
they pick it
shit.
up, they upload
That's
to a
baggy
website, and
ass
then
ski.
it's
Tell
sold
you.
to a bidder like you.
Tell
or
you,
how does that work?
fam.
Basically, yeah, kind of like how you just explained it. I wouldn't necessarily say it comes from people picking
For me, look, yo, look, man, look, y'all. I knew. Oh shit.
You can put on, for instance, at the gas station, you can put a skimmer on the machine where the people put their cards into.
A new box of AirPods came in today. Shit like that. So y'all shit, this shit not fake. This shit, not the plastic and none of that.
Does the
Shit
skimmer
not fake.
also capture
Not
your
the
pin?
cereal or the.
So if you use a
Not out
machine
the
that has a
plastic.
skimmer and you type in your pin, all
Not
of a sudden
fake.
you're wide open.
Not fake, bloody.
You're good though.
Yeah, the thing about, you know, getting captured by a scammer is if you
Pop up
have
on a
the
pod,
right type
not
of
fake.
setup with your bank
Fake
account
just came
in
today,
terms
too.
of two-factor authentication, the bank asking like questions like, was this you that just spent money at Raising Cane's for about $100? You know what I mean? If you have these different types of protocols set up with your bank, then you're less likely to be a victim of fraud.
Basically, right now you can get free chicken.
I can get free everything right now.
Damn.
Now we got the money on there. Now I can buy a card.
You can buy social securities off this.
When you buy the cards, depending on how much the card costs, that's why I say
Damn.
30 cards, they range from 20 to 25, all the way up to 30. You can see, look, I'll show you when I refresh.
And I just saw you could buy a Canadian card, you could buy a US card,
show
to the country.
Wow. You can buy from
Damn.
anywhere on the planet. As long as the website has a way to get these cards and put them on their site, then you can get pretty much anything.
Damn. Pretty much anything?
Have you ever heard
That's
of
what I need.
punching a mule?
Right there.
Punching a mule?
We spoke to legendary lawyer Bruce Rivers and a man who's a financial crimes expert to get their opinion on the scams you see unfolding in this video.
Punching a mule. No, I never heard of that. That's where you apparently
You feel
acquire
me?
someone else's
Yeah.
credit card and you use that to buy free food.
You know, there's a lot of scams going on. There's the skimming that goes on, like at a gas station, somebody attaches a skimmer. That's actually happened to me. Somebody tried to buy some stuff at a sporting goods store, like $2,000 worth of on my credit card. And then I see the guy in court on the hook for it. I mean, I was like, holy shit, that's the guy that stole my identity. Had to trace it all back. We figured out exactly what pump it was. We figured out exactly where it was. And he had been doing this all over the place. So I saw him in Hennepin County in court.
It's basically all dark web, pretty much. Real shit. Basically, this shit all off dark web. That's why I don't shop nowhere near the dark web. You tripping? Dark web not for me.
So they actually will have a
dark web not for me.
That's identical looking to the actual
Never
card swipe
catch me in the dark
overlaid.
web.
Physically go and try and pull it off. If it doesn't pull off, you're good. If you can go inside and pay the gas station attendant, ideally in cash, avoid this whole digital footprint process, you're gonna be a lot safer. You see any sort of fraudulent activity on your account, immediately contact your bank. The sooner that you can contact the authorities, law enforcement, it's gonna be much easier to get your money back. When there's delay in space and time, scam. With any sort of
you can hire a clown on that.
It's much harder.
You can hire anything on the dark web. Oh, that's serious. That's real shit. You can hire anything on the dark web.
You can type in your thing.
Yo, everybody that's in the y'all say y'all in the video right now. Y'all in the vid right now, man.
It's gonna work. This is a bank called Wings Financial Credit Union. Very, very high class bank. When you're doing simple punching for you know, food and shit, like we talked about.
Damn, somebody need to come punch me some food. You heard? Rap. I need some food to be punched to the crib.
They're getting all their money back.
Just spam that junk.
Well, I've heard people that get scammed and it can take 30 days for them to get their money back in their account. The average American has $1,000 or less in their savings. So if you scam the average American as rent's due, they might not have it because of the scam.
You are right. But in terms of them never getting their money back, I know for a fact that they'll get their money back. Somebody just texted and said he seen the police.
Oh, this nigga seen the police.
Just texted him and said police. Yeah, we gotta get out.
Y'all niggas gotta get out of there.
So we're outside of a
get up out of there.
Ken's Chicken. How often do you guys get free meals like this?
Every day. I eat free every day. Everything I do.
Damn, these niggas eat free every day.
Your name is
shit, I'm trying to eat free every day. You mean?
Okay.
We'll go over to the website. Same card, ending in 75. Can't make this shit up.
Some guy just lost $50 because some guy got 50 chicken nuggets.
80. And we finna eat good. Okay, I hear the police.
Hear the police? Let's get out of here.
After a successful chicken punching, the fellas decided to take their chicken to a warehouse in a
free
secure
eats,
location so they could eat.
We need some free eats. I might get back on my punches. Say no, let me stop. Let me stop, yo. Let me stop. No, that's not me. That's not me, I promise.
So
that's not me.
1 to 10, how legal was that, what we just did?
That's like a 10, because I fully completed it, you know? And anything that you do that you're doing fraudulent, it's always going to be a 10. The only thing that makes it more secure is that I didn't go in there and swipe a card. So they can't say that I did anything illegal.
If they caught you, what would be the punishment?
You know, it's a white-collar crime. I don't think I would get charged with anything really because, like I said, they don't have any proof of anything. So they will have to drop the case. If they did want to take full action and give me a punishment, it would probably be worth from like 5 to 10.
5 to 10 years?
Just for some shit.
What makes it worth it?
Trying to talk for everybody right now. So it's like, if you ain't got no money, but you got somebody's card, you get all you get. Just the other day, I got getting honest with it.
Is it that easy to get away with?
Yeah, 100%. I'm always in and out. I've never been in a spot and they tried to hold me and tell me, oh, we can't give you what you're paying for. You gotta wait on
it. These niggas is vicious.
But in terms of me going
I don't want to fuck with it. They probably got glicks and hicks and nerve.
Another card. I know they look at you weird. Give us a second. Matter of fact, you can't swipe any more cards. Just wait right here for us while we get the system set up, right? While they're getting their system set up, they're really calling the police to tell you, like, hey, this guy's in here trying to commit fraud.
So do you even get nervous making a play like this?
Hell no. It's easy, bro. I've been doing this shit since 2017.
All right, let's see if this is real chicken or scam chicken.
Come on.
If you could say a message to the CEO of Raising Cane's, what would you say?
Hey, thank you for the chicken. You fed a lot of hungry people tonight.
I guess big dogs gotta eat. Is that necessary for? Is that your fork or what is that for chicken?
What I say? What did I just 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 say? He had the Foley Wooly with him.
Oh, that is a chicken tender.
Yo.
Ooh, and we got the tan too, people.
What did I just say? He had the Foley with him. That's wild. That's crazy as shit, bro.
I had something to change around with the car because it went present. What is it, the CVV? But we have the code to change that shit around. Take care of that. Alright, bro, so the pager, you go? Yeah, for that. Once this nigga wake up, motherfuckers probably gonna get this end up on today or tomorrow. I'm gonna give his ass a call.
Yo, this shit is crazy.
So the guy that's sleeping, what role
That
does
shit
he
is
play?
crazy.
The guy that's gonna wake up.
The guy that sleeps plays a very important role. He's the one
that shit crazy, bro. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way.
Best I can describe it is the message coming to your phone.
Okay. How hard is it to get your hands on this type of paper?
You can get it. Anybody can get paper like that.
What does it take for this to be legit? Like, is this a tough part of the puzzle, or is this a pretty easy part of the puzzle?
One of the easiest persons they have access to it.
How many hours a week do you think you work doing this?
I still have fun. I still carry on life. Probably would take hours out of the week. I'll probably say it takes like 10, 15, never again. Most shit is fast.
What makes someone good
Damn.
at this?
Connection. The more connection you have, person has
Them niggas need the connection. They got a connection. They got a good connection.
Does this profession make you nervous?
But they really probably do got a good connection. That's probably how they get on
Is it
this.
risky?
Yeah, for sure. Can't be nervous though.
What's your philosophy on life?
The word is mine. Have fun when you're young.
His philosophy is chicken wings.
You're busting big plays.
His philosophy is fucking chicken wings, yo. Don't play with them boys. Don't fucking play with them boys, dog. They will come take your car and go get some fucking chicken with it. And I'm not playing. Dead ass. I'm so serious.
Anything that I want. Another thing, I think my good specialty is I can figure out whatever I want to learn.
Raising Cane's slap. Raising Cane's do slap. I ain't going. I never judge no Raising Cane's. I mean,
What do you call yourself?
Mary J.
What's your specialty?
these niggas going in there punching it like it's nothing though. That's my thing. They going in there punching it like it's nothing. Like it's nothing.
Ask you a couple questions. So basically, this right here is a check that I cooked up. It's like a real check that I made a copy of basically. Let me try to show you. This what it look like originally. This what it look now. Exact same thing. Exact same. And this right here, the way that I'm doing it, a lot of people don't know how to do it this way.
Check fraud. Printing out fake checks, cashing them at a bank.
What normally happens isn't that the person who's doing the fraud is the one cashing it. Usually they get some unsuspecting person, oh, I can make you a lot of money, and so they write the check to that person. So there's a middle guy in between, and it's usually the person that's unsuspecting, not thinking that it's a fraudulent check, and all of a sudden they go to the bank and they try to get the cash. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
This is a lawyer talking. This that lawyer bull
behind
talking.
the scheme.
A check fraud is a complicated situation because one of the biggest ways that you can protect yourself is go to the actual post office itself and mail the check. And I would prefer that you
Professional,
don't even
real shit. They being real professional with this
at this
shit.
point. It has all your information on it. The more space
These
and
niggas
more
getting
distance
too
you
professional,
have
though.
in terms of the
They got
transit that
chillax.
needs to occur with that check, the more risk you're going to have. What is the penalty for printing fake checks?
It depends upon the loss amount, typically. If it's, and usually it's a felony because it's forgery and theft by swindle. And so
Death
if
by
it's,
the who?
you know, under $2,500, it's probation. You know, each check becomes a felony count in and of itself, and you get enough of those, it can ultimately be a prison sentence. It really does depend upon the value that we're looking at.
And what can this play be worth?
This right here was $5,400.
That's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
This is just making up a check?
Yeah, making it.
So you can make any amount you want? Is it going to come out of here?
You gotta imagine.
The bigger you go, the more...
Yeah, once you touch that 10K mark, any scam over 10,000 is where it's serious. It's when it gets serious for real. You know, check forgery isn't so high of a crime.
How much does this printer cost?
Well, we got like 500.
It's crazy that a $500 printer can turn into thousands and thousands of dollars. They say money doesn't grow on trees, but you guys are kind of making it look like it does. Someone got the original or a copy of a real check, sold it to you online, and you printed out that version?
That shit be crazy. These people, they get more creative by the day though. I'm not even gonna lie.
Or there's keys. You could look it up. You could probably find clips of people robbing mailmen with keys.
In regard to mail carriers, there's been a lot of violence towards them. There's been a lot of robbing of mail carriers and taking the keys that they use in order to open up mailboxes. And there's been all this money put towards these digital defense mechanisms and these electronic keys to use, but that still doesn't necessarily protect the mail carrier themselves. But this applies to everyone. In terms of protecting yourself generally, it's all about not having patterns. For the mail carrier, if you're on a route, just like if I was on a patrol route, if I had the same patrol route, same time, same place, every single day, it's easy for that patrol route to be intercepted. Change and vary your patterns. It's called force protection. What about when someone hits a mail truck, steals the mail key, and steals a check stub?
But in other words, you know, that's usually done on an inside job basis. Because who's going to steal a mail truck? And know that there are going to be checks on that truck. Probably not too many.
Which is the most risky part of this puzzle?
I say out of all of them, the risky part, 9 times out of 10, you guess the most risky part who has the most important role in this particular style is the person getting the check. So, when you scamming, it's not always like somebody's always we're always the villains, like, we also helping people. Cause we split the money that the money we never just running off. We split it 50-50 with them. Just now, right now, look what happened.
Someone just said, I swear I got evicted, I gotta get back to my feet, and you said, I got you, cuz. Send me ID. Someone's sending you their bank
right now, this is right now, look at the time. It's today, look, it's today. Some people actually need help, so it's like sometimes. I know people to this day that bring me other people's accounts. You see how real this looks? If you're a big teller, who put that up to the sky, you'll see like, you feel me?
Like this is a real one.
This is a real check. Come on and cash this and then get paid for it right now. Actually, they are. Y'all finna see it today.
We can only fit so much into a YouTube video. All this will be available at Patreon only. Highly recommend you check that out. Link is in the description. Would you say this is up there, Miguel, for things we've done?
Top 3 for sure.
This is fucking ridiculous, dude. I'm not exactly sure what we're about to do, but it feels sketchy. The first scamming video I put out, people are wondering, is this guy for real? Is he scamming us and believing that it's real? But like the casualness of which we're doing some of these things is like,
Cracking accounts, not safe. We are cracking accounts, not safe. It is less dangerous. Do not get killed trying to crack a safe. We crack accounts. Please do not.
So does Minneapolis feel lawless right now?
Certain parts is lawless. I'm not gonna lie, this whole city is lawless. That's like the biggest thing, like even from the politicians to our parents to other people's parents.
How do the politicians scam?
They're hitting on a lot of shit, like they get paid privately and shit, like they're into like the non-profit frauds and shit. Politicians here, they play dirty too. They play dirty games. Even the police even play dirty games.
He's not going to mention some of the biggest scams going on. Here you're looking at something that's actively happening in the city right now. Here it is.
One of the largest scams in United States history happened right here in Minneapolis. During the pandemic, the Minnesota Department of Education was tasked with overseeing the handout of meals to kids, the needy, and the homeless during the COVID era, and they delegated local supervision to nonprofits like Feeding Our Future. What happened next was a tsunami of swindling. These nonprofits fraudulently claimed to be feeding thousands of kids a day within just weeks of being formed. Not only were literal tons of food wasted, but the fraud ended up costing the U.S. taxpayer about $250 million. As of now, there are dozens of people being indicted and brought to trial, and to this day this stands as one of the biggest scams in U.S. history.
Streets of Minneapolis. Mama doing dope. Daddy got no home. He just scared me. The system scared us. Both our parents. CIA bought dope to the motherfuckers. See? My daddy, they got him out the way. They ain't trying to pay no child support. It's cool though, bro. Cause you know what we gonna do? We gonna grind. Nigga, this kind of shit. We gonna do whatever it takes to make that money on.
I got to give whatever it takes to make that money on. Oh shit.
I'm the biggest bad guy to do this to people and shit. Nah, bro, I'm trying to do this to get by people, to get hear me.
What percentage of scammers would you say are balling, and what percent of them would you say are actually kind of broke?
They're not both scammers. Like, there's always the one main person, then there's the middleman, then there's the middle. It's like a tree. One person passes the card to one person, that person gets passed down to the main person. The main person is the one who splits the money to everybody, decides how much everybody else has. So all scammers are not rich. That's another thing. Like,
that's a fact. All scammers never rich.
And not have a way. Feel me? Like in scam world, always a new scam. That's another thing. And it's about who figures out the scam first. You can't really say it's too many runners. Like it's like you always hear like you will scam, you know who a runner and who's boss trying to find new moves. But don't get it confused. I done seen runners turn into bosses. You feel me? Like, there's a lot of runners that became the man, that man. You feel me? So big thing in the scam world, getting slimed out too.
What is that?
These niggas is moving militant as fuck. Jesus. These niggas is moving militant as fuck, man.
That's what I can't even lie. That's about the end, it's about wiping it down. That's a whole other step. That's what I'm saying, it's not just like easy, you can't just wake up and come, it's not that easy. Now it's that easy to do basic shit, but it gets deeper than that. It can be a blessing and a curse at the same time, but it just depends on how you break through. You gotta stay consistent too, you gotta stay consistent with anything you do.
Alright, you're filming.
I'm gonna show y'all some box action.
Scammers operate in a climate of deceit. You see, fraud is a game of smoke and mirrors. These guys ran off with the camera to presumably make an ATM play, and what I saw on the tape left me questioning reality.
Damn. So this shit really was real, and I was like, ew. Yo, these niggas is wild, yeah. These niggas is crazy.
That's some great footage. See the police?
Where you guys see him? Of course, you guys were out there for like fucking 20 minutes in ski masks and glasses.
We had a little technical difficulty.
We had a little technical difficulty.
The car started locking them. But sometimes the car will lock up and then it gives you like fraud alerts, which the person has to confirm on the phone.
You guys were skied up with glasses the whole time in front of a bank? Like, how is that not, like, do you guys feel like you guys were out there for way too long?
What can they possibly do for real?
One of the things that comes to mind is what we are seeing, is that even real? And what makes me think it is real is that they took 20 minutes outside of this van, they got fraud alerts on their phone. If they were just taking money from their own account, it would have been in and out in a minute or two. But this also brought up more questions.
Now, remember earlier in the episode when I was talking about the sense of nihilism that I have noticed in Gen Z? When they do things like this, their nihilism can come off as quite sinister. I mean, scamming people, banks, grandmas, restaurants, it's pretty crazy. But I think the source of all this nihilism is a lack of hope. And why I think a lot of Gen Z has no hope, I mean, this is the first generation in American history that's projected not to do better than their parents. These kids have inherited this world where they can't afford anything, the food, the housing, the college, all of it is sky high. And the people making the rules, their government, is this lazy, lousy bunch of bureaucrats that openly cheat all of the time. So a lot of these kids, I think, have just said, F it. The world is fake, the world is a scam, and I'm gonna scam the world. I'm gonna get mine for myself at any means necessary. I'm gonna cheat the system that I feel cheats me.
But what do I know? I'm just trying to make sense of what I'm seeing and figure out.
But that's facts, Tommy.
That was a look into the world of scamming. Any final thoughts, fellas?
And we didn't give y'all everything. We didn't get a chance to give y'all everything, but and we won't give y'all everything. We love y'all. We don't scam people for a living. We help people out.
We took a deep dive into this world. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. Peace.
So that was a crazy ass show.
Consider checking out the sponsor of the video.
That was a good ass video,
Use code Tommy20 for 20%.